As you sit here, noticing the space between the words, the space between your thought, there's something happening, isn't there? A gentle unfolding, a realization perhaps. The wisdom, it isn't something out there, but it's something that's always been within, like a deep river flowing effortlessly, winding its way through the landscape of your mind. And as you listen, really listen, there's a knowing that begins to awaken, a remembering, because wisdom isn't learned, it's uncovered. Have you ever noticed how the moment you shift perspective, everything changes? When you meet someone who challenges you, what happens when you step closer, not away? And simply ask, how is this like me? Because the moment you do, the challenge dissolves, and what remains is connection, understanding, a bridge where before there was only distance. And that's the beauty of stepping into second position, seeing the world through another's eyes, hearing through their ears, feeling their reality as if it were your own. And suddenly possibilities open, don't they? An entire universe where solutions appear in the space between what was once conflict. And there's something about the observational view, that ability to step outside of the moment, outside of yourself, and look from above, as if floating, detached, yet deeply connected. A wider perspective, and from here clarity emerges. Because wisdom resists the automatic, the predictable, the habitual. It pauses, reflects. It sits comfortably with uncertainty, ambiguity, holding multiple truths at once, waiting for something deeper to reveal itself. And isn't it fascinating how the edge of knowledge is where growth happens? Because if you love NLP, if you spent time in it, then you must ask, where does it not work? And in that question, something shifts. Because if the cognitive mind can't solve it, where else can you go? The somatic, the body, the field mind. The deeper space where knowing is felt, not thought. And so, imagine standing on the edge of what you know, and asking, what would have to happen for me to expand? To model something greater, to include more, to become more? Because wisdom, it isn't expert knowledge. Being an expert doesn't make you wise, and being wise doesn't require expertise. Wisdom simply is. And it's been here all along, in the stillness, in the pauses, in the questions unasked, in the answers already known. Bateson knew it, Da Vinci sketched it. The pieces, they're always there, waiting. Not invented, just rediscovered. Like a child seeing the world for the first time. Eyes wide with curiosity, breath held in wonder, whispering, wow. Because maybe wisdom isn't found, but remembered. And right now you can feel it, can't you? That shift inside, that subtle connection, as if something ancient, something powerful, something deep within you is waking up. And so, just for a moment, stand in that wisdom, feel it, see it, hear it, and know you already are everything that you've been asking. And isn't it interesting how sometimes you don't even realize the shift it's already begun? Like a wave rolling before you even see it, before you even feel it, something is happening deep beneath the surface, a knowing and unfolding, a remembering. Because the field, it's always there, the awareness always present. And as you notice that now, a gentle realization begins to grow. You are already connected. And isn't that a beautiful thing? Because there's nothing to chase, nothing to force, just a returning, a homecoming, back to what's always been. When you let go of the need to find, you discover. And that's why, when you meet someone who challenges you, something inside knows, this is not a challenge but a reflection. Because the moment you step closer, even closer, and simply ask, how is this like me? Something changes, the boundary softens, the illusion of separation dissolves. And that's the power of shifting positions, moving into the eyes of another, feeling through their skin, hearing the world through their ears, and suddenly possibility expands, because there's no other. There's only an extension of yourself, wearing a different face, speaking a different voice, revealing another part of your own unfolding. And the cognitive mind, wise enough to step back, outside, beyond, observing the scene as if watching a movie, detached yet deeply involved, knows this, and the deeper part of you that ancient intelligence understands. Wisdom is not about knowing, it's about seeing. And the mind that sees clearly is the mind that's free. Because wisdom, it doesn't rush. It doesn't grasp. It doesn't react. It pauses. It breathes. It allows. Did you hear these words now? That knowing within you, yes, that one, nods in agreement, because it's always known that to hold uncertainty, to embrace ambiguity, it's not a weakness but a gift. Because to hold two truths at once, to dance on the edge of knowledge, to ask, where does this break? Where does this no longer work? Is the place where growth begins. And if you can't find the answer here, perhaps it's waiting somewhere else, in the body, in the breath, in the space between moments. Because where one door closes, another opens. As you stand on the edge, you begin to wonder, what must shift for everything to expand? Because to expand yourself is to expand the field. To model, to embody, to integrate. Not as something separate, but as something already within you, waiting to be expressed. Because wisdom, it isn't learned. It's not gathered. It's not collected. Wisdom is remembered. And in this moment, something within you is remembering. Something old, something vast, something powerful. And isn't it fascinating? The moment you notice it, it grows. Because what if the wisdom you seek is already seeking you? What if it's been whispering to you all along? And what happens when you finally listen?